none from Phil Thompson. Push that button until the light comes on. There you go.
Phil Thompson, Coos Bay. I want to talk about the county park in Powers and the tickets that were wrote to campers by the chief of police in Powers. And before I start, this is no blame on you guys or the Parks Department or John Rowe back there.
Okay.
This is, well, history for the last many years. The county park, the people, you don't extinguish your fire until you leave the park. That's what it's spelled out. This chief of police is not going to honor the county's rules. He issued state statutes for different altogether. And he ticketed these people after midnight. Come up, knocked on the door. I saw the pictures of my daughter. She was there with her girlfriend with kids and stuff. He woke her up at 12:20. She had 3 little logs there in the fire pit, and they were in the trailer. I guess they was going to bed or was in bed. But anyway, he knocked on the door. She came out, and he gave her a citation for an unattended campfire. State rules, not county rules, but state rules. I saw the picture. I sat in on the trial up there myself, so I know what he said and all of this. The judge is not going to pass sentence on 2 of the people until July. He said it went on for quite a few minutes, but anyway, he said he was going to find out exactly what an unattended campfire was. The people were within probably 15 foot of the fire, and even in their trailer, even if they was in the trailer or whatever. And he explained to the judge, well, now this is the way I hear it. So these are my own comments. If they went to the restroom or they was in the trailer cooking for a while or something, that's where you draw the curtain. So all those people that go to county park up there, if they walk down to the lake or anything, if they go to sleep in their lawn chair there, according to him, his interpretation of it, the police officer, that fire would be unattended. And he says he's doing that for the safety of the people of Powers. Now, as long as this is going on until it's settled, I think you ought to just not shut the Powers Park down because the rules has been that way for years. People shouldn't have to go up there and pay a fine, and they're following the county's rules. So anybody that goes up there, I'd like to warn them that they're subject to a ticket. He even ticketed one boy fishing up there, and the judge took that one out. He didn't convict the kid. One of the campers told the judge that now I wasn't in there. I'm telling you when he come out. The guy said he told the judge that he was momentarily in his trailer, temporarily or whatever, and he was going to come back out. So the judge let him go. The other 2 people was unattended, and they didn't say they were going to come out of their trailer or anything, whether they was in bed or not. But the judge is going to make a ruling on it. Until he does, I think you guys ought to just not have any park up there. Just shut it down until the citizens of Powers or whoever's in charge of that police officer instruct him to follow the county rules. He's got that right. He can write a ticket anywhere in the state. He's a sworn officer. But he should have enough, I don't know what you'd call it, common sense to use the county rules that they've been using for 30-some years. And I had Mr. Baldwin, which he's a retired ranger, come in, and he told the judge also that they had never been anybody else ever cited for that. But the cop, I think he's insisting he's going to push that. So there's no use getting some of our other park users and stuff a ticket, because I think it'd probably be not just the park. I think it'll be a lot of little nitpicking issues. That's my own personal opinion. And so anyway, I wish you would just shut it down till it's settled. And I thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.
All right. Any other public comments? All right, if not, we will move on to public hearings. Our first one is a 2020 Community Development Block Grant application for Coos and Curry County Emergency Small Business and Micro Enterprise Assistance Grant.
All right, so Coos County is preparing an application for a 2020 Community Development Block Grant from Business Oregon for Coos and Curry Emergency Small Business and Micro Enterprise Assistance Grant. If awarded, this program will be offered throughout Coos and Curry counties via an intergovernmental agreement to provide assistance to small businesses and micro enterprises that can meet certain program requirements. The purposes of this hearing is for the Coos County Board of Commissioners to obtain citizen views and to respond to any questions and comments about the COVID-19 Emergency Small Business and Micro Enterprise Assistance Grant, especially the needs of low and moderate income persons, as well as other needs in the community that might be assisted with this grant and the proposed project. And essentially what it is that there's certain funding that will be managed by CCD to give grants to small businesses based on the program requirements. So it could be a good thing for small businesses in Coos and Curry County.
Okay. Any public comment on this matter? Seeing none, any commissioner comment?
I don't have any.
I think it's a good thing we're trying to do.
I agree. All right, do we have a motion? Oh, do we need a motion?
We don't need a motion on this
Okay.
one.
Thank you very much. I will close that hearing then, and we will next open the public hearing on early redemption of a tax foreclosed property at, reduced redemption period for a tax foreclosed property at 940 North Collier Street, Coquille, Oregon.
All right, thank you. So on May 5th, the board made a preliminary determination to initiate the process and set this hearing here today. The hearing is to determine whether the property is subject to waste or abandonment. And so the property, as you mentioned, is tax account 746-300, 940 North Collier in Coquille, Oregon. The tax department provided notice of this hearing to all relevant parties in accordance with ORS 312-1223 and the Coos County Code section 11.02.030. The purpose is to determine whether the property is subject to waste or abandonment and therefore should be deeded to the county after a reduced redemption period. Waste means any action which reduces the value of the foreclosed property, including but not limited to physical damage to the foreclosed property or the failure to protect the foreclosed property from the elements or from trespassers. Abandonment means the property is not occupied by the owner or any other entity that appears in the records of the county to have a lien or other interest in the property for a period of 6 months, and that the property is suffering substantial depreciation in value because it's not being occupied and protected from trespassers and the like. If we determine that the property is subject to waste or abandonment, it will be deeded to the county after 30 days unless it is redeemed before that.
Okay?
I move that we find the property.
Well, hang on, John. We have, we,
Carry on.
All right.
we have to,
Then first, I'll go ahead and take testimony from Coos County staff. Desiree?
We visited the home and found that it's in disarray, lots of garbage, and vermin, as the pictures indicated.
Yes.
I sent you a packet showing the pictures that we had taken. The City of Coquille Police Department, as indicated, has been there several times. They've posted signs, boarded up the house. They've had issues with transients living in the RV that's in the pictures, that has been in and out of the house, not so much since it's been boarded. But the owner passed away in 2018. The neighbor has been mowing the lawn because she doesn't like the looks of the place and feels that it'll deter transients, thinking that someone might be inhabiting the residence.
Right.
I haven't had a chance to enter the place because it doesn't belong to us yet, so we haven't had that ability. So I don't know what the actual inside of the home would look like. But all of the pictures indicate that it's just nothing but garbage. There's garbage all alongside the house, behind it. I can't imagine what the inside looks like. So, but according to the neighbors, the one next door to the east of them and then across the street, they've indicated that there's been people coming and going there for a couple of years since the owner passed away.
So the owner passed away in 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody has filed probate or, declared that they're the new lawful owner and started paying taxes.
No.
And it looks like, from the pictures, it definitely looks like nobody's maintaining it besides potentially the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you very much. Any questions?
No,
For
I
Desiree?
drive by there several times a day, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
As bad as we've seen before on
Mhm.
other properties.
It's also subject to deed to us originally in the foreclosure process in September of next year, 2021.
Okay.
So we're just trying to move that along and increase the morale in the neighborhood by taking care of that and
And possibly retain more value in the property for the
exactly
taxing districts.
clean it up and get it back on the market for someone else to take pride in.
Okay.
Does anybody want to see the pictures? They can have my copy.
There's a nice raccoon picture in here. If anybody wants to see it. It's kind of a
Kinda cute.
scruffy-looking raccoon.
He's
to
really
be fair.
cute.
No, I was
Seen
gonna
how
say,
cute ones.
Yeah.
it's kinda cute.
Wildlife Reserve, yeah.
All right. Commissioner Sweet, did you have any questions for Desiree?
No.
Okay. Then we will move it along for you. Do we have the owner of the property present? No? Any interested parties that would like to offer testimony in favor or against the forfeiture of the redemption rights? Seeing none, we have not received any written testimony. And so now at this time, a motion to approve order 20-06-030L, if that is your preference, would be in order, Commissioner Sweet.
I move that we find the property subject to waste and abandonment and approve order 20-06-030L.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We will now close the hearing on the reduced redemption period for 940 North Collier Street, Coquille, Oregon, 97423. It's a bit out of order, but at this time, I would like to take a late agenda item of a budget hearing for the radio communication system local option levy. Can I have a motion to add that to the agenda?
I move we authorize a late agenda item.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Right. We will now open the budget hearing for the radio communication system local option levy, and this has been properly noticed in the newspaper. Please, Megan, go ahead.
So, we have to have another budget hearing because the levy was passed by voters on May 19th. And what this shows is an additional fund in the budget of $1,012,539, and also levying the taxes for the local option.
Okay. Do we have any public comments on the radio communication system local option levy and adding the fund into the budget? Hearing none? That's all you need, right? Okay. I will close the public hearing. And we will now move on to agenda item 4A, request approval of IGA, any glasses, 159806, Amendment 12 with Oregon Health Authority and authorized chair to sign. Coos Health and Wellness.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So this contract is the second year of our 2021 contract for public health services. When they originally sent the contract to us, they only gave us funding numbers for 1 year, and this is for July 2020 to June 2021.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, move to approve and sign IGA with the Oregon Health Authority number 159806-12 for funding public health services for the 2021 budget year and authorized chair to sign.
All right.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is also Coos Health and Wellness, approval of job posting. Mike?
Yes, this is for one of our sanitarians in our environmental health. This position is difficult to fill, so we would like to double fill.
Huh?
Okay. You mean you'd like to have an overlap between, is that what you, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some overlap between the current person and if we can find someone.
Okay.
Okay, Madam Chair, move to approve and advertise and fill Coos Health and Wellness sanitarian position at either the sanitarian level 1 or level 2.
Okay. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next agenda item is also Coos Health and Wellness, request approval to advertise and fill mental health specialist 2 position.
Yeah, so our North Bend therapist has resigned at the school, and we would like to replace her.
Okay.
So,
Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, move to approve and advertise and hire for mental health specialist position for the children's program.
Second.
Discussion?
Now, Mike, this is Bob. This says it's .8 FTE, or do they have other duties for the .2 FTE?
it's actually a 0.8 FTE. It's only for the school year. They don't work all year
Okay.
long.
All right. So, Madam Chair, I would amend my motion to include that it's a .0 FTE position.
Okay.
0.8 FTE.
Okay. Is the second okay with that?
Yes.
All right. Then on the original motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Coos Health and Wellness request approval of leave of absence request from employee.
Okay, yeah, this is for the sanitarian person who's leaving. They had run out of leave, and they are retiring in September. And so if we give them this leave of absence for June and July, when we have the new person in, they would be able to help train August and September.
Okay. What's your pleasure? Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, move to approve requested leave of absence for the employee Jen Carpenter for June and July of 2020.
Okay.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. You have a couple of late agenda items. I will go ahead and take those now. The first one is 7A, request approval to renew contract with CPM Networks and authorize Eric Gleason to sign.
So this is for our Novell networks and our group-wide email server. So it's just an annual renewal.
Madam Chair, move to approve the renewal of $16,943 and approve Eric Gleason's signature on the quote for CPM Networks LLC for a micro-focus file and GW support and subscriptions, whatever that is.
All right. And you second. All right. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
So,
Motion
Ma'am.
carries. Go ahead.
Madam Chair, Mike, can you describe what that does? I mean, we voted on it already, but,
This is our annual maintenance agreement for our network software as well as our email software, GroupWise and MicroFocus.
Which does what?
It would be the equivalent of Outlook for you guys as well as your Windows server software for your network.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Your next agenda item 7B is request approval to post and fill another school-based therapist position.
Yes, this one is actually for Craig and Bandit. It is the same .8 FTE. We kind of anticipated that this one would happen after some of the problems we had with the notes and the school staff.
Okay. Commissioner Maine, would you like to make a motion?
Move to approve posting and filling mental health specialist 2 for a school-based position.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next agenda item is request board approval of resolution 20-06-114P. Mike?
Yeah, so this one is for Brian to work out of class. He has been our operations section chief for our response to COVID, as well as received the duties of the contract tracing requirement that we had to add for opening phase 1 and on.
Okay. Commissioner Maine?
Now, this is outside of the required duties for the epidemiologist?
Yes, the EPI was never intended to be a supervisor. And it doesn't say anything of that nature in their job description.
Okay. So I was only curious as to how you ended up at step 3 on non-union pay grade 784, as opposed to step 1.
We had a couple other employees that qualified for working out of class for similar reasons. And so we compared what their job description was and compared what happened with the other 2 staff and determined that this was about right.
Okay. Caroline?
So this is Caroline HR. What we did is we compared the supervisory duties that Brian has taken on during COVID-19 with 2 separate pay grades. And then we looked at both pay grades and made a determination that both of them were relevant, but one was more relevant in that the duties match more closely the duties that Brian Leon has taken on recently due to COVID. And so we came up with pay grade 784, but because of his current salary, we had to start him at step 3, otherwise it was not an increase.
I have another question. Is there
Please.
an ending date to this extra pay?
There is, but that's when we no longer have those requirements, right?
Correct. I mean, that would, based on this resolution, that is when the ending date would be.
And the resolution does speak to that, about how he would revert back to his normal regular rate of pay and pay grade
Okay.
upon conclusion.
Okay, good. I hadn't read it.
All right.
So how many people does this person supervise that's now taking on the supervisory position?
Mike?
It varies. I think we have 5 now, but as you know, the requirement is 10.
Okay. So it doesn't meet the qualification of an actual supervisor?
No, what he means is that Brian is supervising 5 contact tracers.
Okay.
We have 5 dedicated contact tracers. There are at least 5 other employees that are able to perform contact tracing as part of their duty. We don't have a need
They're
for
current-
10 dedicated people to be
They're-
contact tracers at this time.
They're currently employed by Coos Health and Wellness, or
The
they're on
5
contract?
contact tracers are employed by SCABEC,
Okay.
and and they're employed using funds from the Southern Oregon Workforce Investment
And
Board.
are they doing any contract tracing now?
They have been doing training and some contact tracing as needed.
So if they're not needed, they wouldn't need the position for supervisor.
Well, the way that we're keeping these employees right now, and as I mentioned, they're being paid for by the Southwestern Oregon Workforce Investment Board and employed through SCABAC.
Yeah.
My understanding
Which
is
an
they,
independent contractor.
they are, yeah,
Okay.
probably not the definition of independent contractor, but they are
Close.
providing that service for us.
Yeah.
But my understanding is they are getting 40 hours a week because that's necessary in order to keep those dedicated employees.
So if they're working through SCABAC, do they have a supervisor at SCABAC?
There is someone who is the point of contact at SCABAC, who is supervising them for SCABAC's purposes.
So our person would be talking to their supervisor or them?
My understanding is Brian communicating directly with the contact tracers, Mike?
Correct.
And there's somebody at SCABAC that's the point of contact for him?
Yeah.
I think I need to study this a little more.
Really, the day-to-day supervision is through Brian, telling people which people they're gonna contact, job assignments, all of that kind of stuff is through Brian.
Okay.
I'm not really settled in on this.
Would you like to schedule a work session so you can understand
I think
better how
so.
this process is
Could we do
working?
that?
Of course.
Yes.
Bobby? Okay. All right, Mike, we're going to schedule this for a work session.
Okay,
And I think that's the end of your agenda items.
it sure is.
All right, thank you
Thank
so
you, Mike.
much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And forestry is up next. Agenda item 4E, request approval of resolution to transfer funds. Seems kind of shifty, Lance.
It is shifty, that's me. Forestry
Go ahead.
recently awarded a contract for the cooler building roof replacement project to Snell Grove Construction. Funds need to be transferred from reforestation to capital outlay for the purchase of the roofing materials to complete this project. Resolution 20-6-106B has been prepared for your approval. Please approve resolution 20-06-106B in the amount of $20,390.
Madam Chair, I move to approve Resolution 20-06-106B in the amount of $20,390.
Second?
All right, discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, agenda item is sole source funding and approval.
Forestry recently awarded a contract for the cooler building roof replacement project to Snell Grove Construction. It was brought to my attention that special metal was required to withstand the weather conditions at the building location. Snell Grove Construction is the only contractor that can produce and manufacture the roofing material needed to complete this project. Approve sole source funding to Snell Grove Construction and authorize purchase of materials for $20,390.
Madam
Good thing we
Chair-
moved that money.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
All right, go
Madam
ahead.
Chair, move to approve sole source funding to Snell Grove Construction and authorize purchase of materials for $20,390.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, Lance. 4G, approval by commissioners of CVA appropriation transfer to transfer funds to cover fiscal year line item shortages. Megan, are you covering this for DA Frazier?
Wasn't planning on it.
But you're happy to? That's so nice. So what it says in our notes is that Crime Victims Assistance is seeking board approval to cover fiscal year and account shortages, and they just really want to move money around. They're moving $2,760 from other expense to cover shortages in 412.10-01 and in their PERS account. So there is a resolution.
And 1001 is regular wages.
Okay. So the resolution is 20-06-109B.
Move to approve, Madam Chair.
Do we have a second? Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Megan. You did a great job.
No problem.
Next up is request approval of agreement with Forest Service / Sayusla National Forest Sheriff.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Sheriff.
We're requesting approval to accept the cooperative law enforcement agreement number 20-LE-1106-1200-017. This agreement is effective May 1st, 2020 through April 30th, 2021 in the amount of $20,240 for the Sayusla National Forest.
Okay.
Move to approve and sign, Madam Chair.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next agenda item, Sheriff, is River Wild Patrol Boat purchase.
Yes, the Oregon State Marine Board is replacing our 2005 North River jet boat with a new River Wild 24-foot center console jet boat. Total purchase price for the project is $97,619. $80,000 will come from the Oregon State Marine Board and a contract amendment contribution. $17,619 will come from the liquidation of the current 2005 North River jet boat. You have a copy of the building specs attached and the building for purchase proposal from the Oregon State Marine Board. The funding source is 001-1604-421.60-01, and we're asking for the board to approve the purchase proposal for the new boat.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved, after all of that.
I think,
Yeah.
It's pretty complex, but
Mm-hmm.
So I have on here that I added on to the motion is that we need to have a formal approval of the use of quotes to purchase goods not exceeding $150,000 pursuant to County Rule 10.1071.
do you wish to amend your motion to
I
include
amend
that?
my motion for the use of quotes to purchase goods not exceeding $150,000 pursuant to CR 10.107 subsection 1.
Okay. So we will go to the original motion, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Sheriff, you have a late agenda item of approving a contract with Daniels Electronics Limited, DBA Codan Communications, for the purchase of a radio and microwave system for 911 communications.
They didn't give me the slip with it, but yes, we do.
I can
That's all right.
read that
We can
one
handle it for you.
if you'd like.
I will defer to my spokesman in this case, our county council.
It's all yours, Matt.
So the Coos County electors recently approved a local option tax to fund the purchase and maintenance of replacement 911 radio system. So now it's time to move forward with contracting for that purchase. Sheriff's Office has been working with Daniels Electronics, doing business as Codan Communications, and I think Rick Felt that we've been working with, and the Sheriff's Office has been working with, is here with us and they've been working on the design of the system, and they've created a preliminary system design, and we have a contract prepared with a not to exceed total of $3,900,000 for the purchase and of the necessary equipment, the design of the system, the manufacturing of the necessary parts, and install of the microwave system. The parties anticipate that there may be changes to that preliminary system design, but the contract price is capped at $3,900,000. The procurement is a purchase order made against Washington State Master Agreement number 06913 and State of Oregon contract number 5571, the Interstate Cooperative Procurement under ORS 279A220.
And those agreements are the reasons why we didn't go out to bid on this, right?
Correct.
Thank you. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the contract with Daniels Electronics Limited, DBA Codan Communications, in an amount not to exceed $3,900,000?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Do we have a second?
second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Next agenda item is Community Corrections. I don't see anybody from there yet. I will delay on that one and move on to planning. Request approval of BLM grant cooperative agreement, long number for planning department.
Thank you. So this is just a request to accept the grant and cooperative agreement number L20AC00034, which funds the cost share program for 2 years, this year and next year. And there's no signature required. We just have to vote to accept it.
Okay.
Madam Chair, move to approve and accept the grant cooperative agreement number L20AC00034.
All right, do we have a second? Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jill. Good job. Next agenda item is approving order 20-06-027L, granting rate adjustments for lesses in Bandon County disposal.
All right, we've received a request from Lesses County Sanitary Service and Abandoned Disposal and Recycling for an increase in their fee. I see we have a representative here, which is exciting to see. I don't know if you want to come and say anything, but I like to put anyone on the spot who's here. So they've requested a fee increase based on CPI specific to waste disposal, as well as the county's adjustments of our fees on April 1st.
Right, that's basically, what we did is we took 85% of CPI and then, adjusted up to 3% for, the disposal tipping fee at Beaver Hill, plus the 85% of CPI, which results in, I mean, I can go over, do you want me to go over all of them? Because there's like 3 different ones. There's the lesses and, let's see here. One of them is, for lesses would be 74 cents per month for 35-gallon cart and $1.08 per yard. That would be Babe's Disposal, and then for Lesses County and Bandon County, 69 cents and 84 cents per yard.
Right.
That's,
It's pretty minor.
yeah, it's because, you know, of course, we drive 100 miles to go to Powers and pick up their trash up in that area, so it's a little
Yeah.
more.
Well, yeah, and you have to keep up on your rates, or else
Right.
people are going to look at a big rate increase at some point.
Right,
in
and
the
we
future.
just like to come in and ask for smaller, you know, every year.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
think
if you-
that's much easier for people to stomach,
It is.
personally. All right,
Madam Chair, move to approve order 20-06-027L, granting requested rate increases as set out above.
Second.
discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Madam Chair, I should note too that.
Motion carries. Go ahead.
That I really appreciate the sanitary service, et cetera, helping out without even being asked many, many, many times over the past years, picking up garbage that wasn't required at all, and they did it for free. It was just part of their trying to help out the community, and I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Commissioner.
All right. We will move on to the next one, which is approving order 20-06-028L, granting rate adjustments for Babe's Disposal.
And I think we've
We've
covered this on the last one, yes.
If you'd like to make a motion, Commissioner Mann?
Yep. Madam Chair, move to approve 20-06-028L, granting requested rate increase as set out above.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. And then, sorry, I'm scrolling. And then the next one is approving order 20-06-029L, granting rate adjustments for J&L sanitation.
It's not me.
All right, thank you.
So this is similar to those granted previously, except for the increase will be in the amount of 2.2%.
Madam Chair, move to approve Order -20-06-029L, granting requested rate increases as set out above at the amount of 2.2%.
Second.
All right, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. All right, I'm still scrolling. Yes. Megan's coming. Request approval of order adopting budget, making appropriations, levying, and categorizing taxes for fiscal year 2021. Finance.
Pretty sure this is my favorite time of year, getting this done.
Favorite day of the year?
Yes. So this is just the resolution adopting the 2021 budget.
All right. Would you like to make the motion?
Sure. Madam Chair, move to approve Resolution 20-05-101B.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
Yes, Madam Chair. I've been very, very, very pleased with Megan and organizing the budget and making sure everything is in conformance, et cetera. It is seamless, I would say. We haven't had any speed bumps in years, so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very good. Thank you very much.
Except for that hearing thing earlier.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, but that was unexpected back when we did the budget.
You know, I do have to second that, and I find that often there's the running for office, and then there's also the actual work of county government.
Yeah.
And people don't always see that work of county government that goes into it. But we were all very, very nervous when Mary said she was going to retire.
Mm-hmm.
And you really made the whole transition seamless.
Yep.
Seamless. So,
Very,
thank you very much.
very pleased. Yeah.
You're not getting a raise? No.
Well, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Your next one is request approval of resolution for distribution of tax foreclosed property sale proceeds.
So we didn't actually have an auction this year, but there was some that were sold after the auction last year. And so there was some proceeds in the account from foreclosed properties. So it's not enough to cover all of our expenses, but we still have to distribute it, so we're distributing it to cover part of our expenses, and the rest will be carried over to next year when we actually have an auction, and then the taxing districts will get that at the end of next year.
Okay.
Madam Chair, approve Resolution 20-06-108B.
Okay.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Megan, before I go into the hearings, the other property districts, I'm going to go back to the resolution to transfer funds for community corrections really quickly. I don't see anyone from community corrections here, but that one looks like one that we can handle without them. As soon as I find it.
Apparently, they're buying a mower for their work crew.
Yes.
So, Madam Chair, move to approve transfer appropriation of $5,399 from line item 011-2400-423-22-27 for
Okay.
capital outlay equipment, and 011-2400-423-60-01 in the amount of $5,399.
All right. Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. We will now recess as the Coos County Board of Commissioners and reconvene as the Coos County Library Service District. Our agenda item is Resolution 20-05-102B, adopting the budget, making appropriations, levying, and categorizing taxes for 2020, 2021. Megan, in your role as budget officer for the Library Service District.
This is the resolution adopting the budget for the Library Service District.
Okay,
Okay, Madam Chair, move to approve Resolution 20-05-102B.
Second.
discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. We will adjourn as the Library Service District and reconvene as the Coos County 4-H and Extension Service District for Resolution 20-05-103B, again adopting the budget, making appropriations, levying, and categorizing taxes for 2020-2021. Megan?
This is the resolution adopting the budget for the 4-H Extension Service District.
Okay. Do we
Madam
have
Chair, move to approve Resolution 20-05-103B.
All right. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Madam
We
Chair.
will, wait, I gotta adjourn first. We will adjourn the 4-H Extension Service District and reconvene as the Coos County Board of Commissioners. Go ahead.
These last three items seem really simple, and we just approve them, bang, 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 but you can't imagine how much work is behind all of this.
Oh, we were gonna talk, I thought you were gonna move the consent agenda. Sorry.
No.
No, a tremendous amount of work,
Yeah,
and we do appreciate it.
If you're not deeply involved in this, you have no idea how much work is involved for these three items.
Absolutely.
Now, Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent calendar.
And I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And that brings us to agenda item 7E, request award of contract for 2020 Noble Creek Bridge Project. John Rowe, who has been waiting so patiently back there.
I didn't fall asleep. Good morning.
Good
Morning,
morning.
John.
This is our little bridge on Bramble Lane. It's got the north pile caps failing, so we went out for RFPs for design services on this. The county will do the work. So we accepted McGee Engineering. They scored the most points. This is for phase one, basically, and they were at 19,615. Then Burgess was at 24,000. So we want to go with McGee Engineering on this.
Okay, Madam Chair, move to award the 2020 Coos County Noble Creek Bridge Project to McGee Engineering.
All right. Discussion? How much did you expect it to come in at?
We didn't really
Didn't
know,
know.
so
So you were happy with what you got?
we would have
All
it.
right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Your next one is task order number 11 with David Evans and Associates for Safe Routes to Schools.
Okay, this is part of our original, we had a 368,000 in the original estimate with PE separate than this, and this was, the original was $202,034 was their estimated PE or CE estimate for the contract engine, or the construction engineering inspection administration. Their estimate's 190,000, so hopefully we got some wiggle room there. We finally got some overall cost on this project from them, so I'll kind of let you know what's going on with that. So we did, because the contract bid too much, we did some cost saving on the walls, and we lowered the cost of the contract by 135,000.
Good.
They underrun the PE design, which it was over from the original amount that we originally, by 120,000. So right now, we're set at a decrease of 65,000. We still got that 90,000 in STP funds in there.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we got enough money to make up for any change orders or something. We may not use the STP money, so
Okay.
that's where we're at with that.
Okay.
Okay, Madam Chair, move to approve and sign task order number 11 with DEA-SRTS West Central Boulevard Winter Lake School Project not to exceed $202,034.
All right.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Melissa, could I have a moment? I think John deserves some special recognition for this project. In my mind, at least, it falls above and beyond the normal workload road department does. It's taken considerable effort on John's part to put this together. I think he worked with the school. It'll certainly be a blessing not only for the county but also for the city of Coquille, and will provide, as you and I know, a much more safe walking surface than currently exists, so that young people can get to and from the new school line on what will be the western end of Central Boulevard. So thank you, John, for going above and beyond to put this together.
I used to have gray hair, now it's white.
You still got it.
Worrying about the finances on this job, for original estimate was too low. So.
Uh-huh. But is it doing a great job, and it'll look really good when it's finished, and
I think so.
be safe between the high school and Winter Lakes, so that, because there's sometimes they're walking right almost on the pavement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not only the school kids, but a lot of walkers go that route too. So it's a
Absolutely.
great project, and thank you, John.
Yeah. We've got another one coming up that you can say nice things about John about, because John loves that more than anything.
All right.
Electrical installed new loop at Riley.
Well, we went out for bids for the electrical, and we had two, CFE out of Lakeside and Reese Electric. So we went with CFE out of Lakeside, because the difference in this whole thing is CFE suggested putting 4 200-amp services, so, and Reese was one 800-amp service. So the parts in the 800-amp service are more expensive than the 200-amp. So if we have an electrical problem, we don't have to shut the whole park down with 4 panels
Right.
instead of just 1 panel. So I thought it was a good idea. We liked,
Seems
and
like
they
a
were
good
quite
idea.
a bit cheaper,
Yeah.
like 28,000.
Dramatically cheaper.
But the county is, will do the excavation backfill and supply the conduit and supply the pedestals, and they'll do the rest.
Great.
Madam Chair, move to accept the bid proposal from CFE Electrical. You give Parks authorized to pay $28,674.
Okay. Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, John. That's everything I have for you.
I was out there the other day, and walked in there, and it's really coming along. It's gonna look really nice.
Got the subgrade done, we gotta do some touch-ups. Surveyors will be out there tomorrow to restake for the pedestals. And
It'll
Great.
basically be all the same grade. Before they started, there was quite a bit of dips and valleys.
Well, we
And
took the big island out of the
Yeah,
middle of it and
it
just
was-
made one flat grade. It's easier to build that way, took all the trees
Yeah.
out, so.
yeah,
Oh,
it
very
was
nice.
quite broken up ground-wise, elevation-wise, and it's all smoothed out and basically fairly level now.
It is
It'll
level,
be really nice.
How many camping spots?
31.
31 additional?
Mhm.
Great. Commissioner Sweet, is there anything you want to say?
Again, thanking John for taking the initiative on this. Riley Ranch really is one of the biggest reasons that our Parks Department operates without use of general fund dollars. And this will be a significant increase to the amount of revenue that we'll enjoy from that facility.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Again, John, thank you for leading and taking the initiative on this.
Yes.
Can't wait to
Hopefully-
see it finished.
This is Loop D, hopefully we can get Loop E in the future too. so.
We like that, thank
And I'll
you.
have to talk to you about another project that is in the works.
I've kinda heard rumors from Sweet.
Okay.
Thanks, John. All right, next up is Doris Sitcom Vehicle, Rural Fire Protection District Vehicle Garage Project Construction Change Order Number 2.
All right, so this is just a change order with regard to the Dora Sitcom Rural Fire Protection Vehicle Garage Project. This is specifically for the removal of a septic tank that I don't think folks were aware. was out there. The
Okay.
funding source is from a community development block grant.
Okay,
Madam Chair, move to approve Chair signing change order number 2 for the Dorset Rural Fire Protection District Vehicle Garage Project in the amount of $3,022.33. A change order directs Win Elder Construction LLC to provide additional work on the project.
okay.
Second.
Discussion?
The project that never ends.
I know, there's another change order coming.
5 years.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
It'll-
Motion carries.
I've seen pictures now. of-
It will end
It's coming
soon,
along
actually.
really nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming along.
It took 4 years to get
Construction
You
started.
get construction started, but
Right.
now it should end
Right.
pretty
Now it's
quickly.
going
so-
like a house on fire. All right.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. The next one is Dorset Fire Protection Garage, change order number 3.
Well, this is for an upgrade in the siding
Yep,
on that garage,
Party
community development block grant funds, and there are funds for this, so.
yes.
Madam Chair, move to approve a chair to sign change order number 3 for the Dorset Rural Fire Protection District Vehicle Garage Project in the amount of $19,331.22. The change order directs Win Elder Construction LLC to upgrade the hardy plank siding to ADD pre-finished metal siding.
All right. Second,
Second.
discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And our last regular agenda item is a letter of support for the Tugman Park ADA kayak launch. This is my agenda item, and we received a request from the 10 Mile Lakes Basin Partnership for the Board of Commissioners to send a letter of support for the Tugman Lake ADA accessible kayak launch. I will draft that. And it'll be just a basic letter of support. You can trust me on this one.
Okay, tentatively. Actually, I don't know if I should even vote since I was just newly elected the president of the TLBP.
Man, I don't know, this might increase the power of your empire, but I think you're safe to vote on it.
Yeah, I know.
So-
More titles, no money.
I will move to authorize Commissioner Cribbins to write a letter of support for the Tugman Park ADA kayak launch and use Commissioner Main and Commissioner Sweet's stamps on that letter. Do we have a second? Thanks.
Wow,
I know. Discussion?
that's a lot of power.
I don't know, I'm kind of hesitant on my stamp use.
Bobby will check it for you.
That's a state park, is it not?
Yes?
It is a state park.
Do they have an agreement to do that? Does the 10 Mile have an agreement to do that with the state park?
They do.
Good. Second.
Even if they don't, they'll go put it down in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once it's there, it's hard to get out of it.
No, they have an agreement. All right, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. And then I have a late agenda item that is the grant agreement with the state of Oregon regarding the coronavirus relief fund dollars. Do I have a motion to add that agenda item?
So moved.
And a second? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So, rather than simply passing CARES Act funding through from the state to the counties, we applied and Megan put together all of our costs, and we submitted a request for funding on May 22nd.
Mhm.
And I believe our whole funding request was approved.
Yes.
Yes. And it's, it's a solid amount.
Yeah.
$929,767.
So, Madam Chair, move to approve and authorize Chair to sign a grant agreement with the State of Oregon for the Coronavirus Relief Fund in the amount of $929,767.
All right. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I second that with a big thank you to you and Megan for
Aye.
putting that all together.
Mm-hmm.
I think Megan gets it, not me, but thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Commissioner comments?
I think we did enough.
I feel like we've done a
Yeah,
lot.
it was a busy morning.
We're very
Yeah.
busy. I mean, we've had
Got a lot-
several light board meetings with not a lot of agenda items, and all of a sudden, wow.
Making up for it.
I know. All right. Then we are adjourned. Thank you.
Oh, you didn't want to go in commissioner comment? Oop. No comments, huh?
Skip right past it.
Uh-oh. Shoot.
Here's the sheriff. Are you coming back to the office, Brian?